Hey, ladies and gentlemen, good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to our market intel brief here at TOPGUN Options. My name is Matthew Buckley, call sign Wiz, and you have got to join me this Friday, March 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where I'm going to show you how you can make massive profits in the psychedelic space, the most explosive sector to hit this market ever. Bigger than AI, bigger than the internet, you name it. This is the sector, ladies and gentlemen, because it's the sector, it's the space that can, first of all, save and change lives and pull us out of this nosedive that we're in right now, this country, this world, everything. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/healing, and you can register for the free brief. Wiz, I'm working Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. You have got to register, and I will get you access to the replay. Seats are limited, so if you don't get in here, you can get access to the replay. You're not getting it if you're not registered. So just name, last name, email address, and I'll hook you up. Now let's dig into the I have to start laughing because it's just a joke at this point. So the inflation numbers came in this morning hot or not. It depends on who you ask, right? So CNBC today came out with a print. Let's go to CNBC that said the inflation number came in as expected. Look at this. Wait, actually, look, they actually removed that headline. Where did it go? Let me see if I can find this headline, folks, because it said, nope, they took it down. Look at that. CNBC refresh it. Here's the headline I was going to show you. The inflation number came in hot this morning. It came in higher than forecast. And the headline on Liberal Limousine CNBC said, the inflation numbers came in as expected. Excuse me? And then you go over to Zero Hedge. Inflation hot. Consumer prices hit new record high, up 19% since Bidenomics began. So again, CNBC, those numbers are as expected. Zero Hedge, blindingly hot. The Wall Street Journal. What did their inflation number say? Inflation picks up slightly hotter than expected. So CNBC came in as expected. Wall Street Journal, unexpected. So this is definitely interesting. Why am I laughing about this? Why are we focusing on this? Folks, it's gaslighting. You will see the liberal media, the mainstream media, which is owned by this administration and the Democrats, cheerleading. Oh, the inflation numbers came in as expected. And you will not see the Biden administration running around today talking about how inflation went up. You aren't going to hear any of that. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, is the one that comes up with this data. I will bet you $1 kajillion it's a lie. So let's just take a look at history. Here is inflation under Donald Trump. We topped out at about 2.5%-ish, just slightly north of 2. Look at this inflation. Joe Biden takes office. Democrats in Washington rip your fucking face off, explosion in inflation. And then we were lied to. More gaslighting. It's the Putin, Ukraine that happened over here. But no, this is the Putin. It's the Putin price hike. It's COVID. Oh, yeah, that's it. It's COVID. It's supply chain issues. It's transitory. This inflation is transitory. We have nothing to do, the Inflation Reduction Act, we have nothing to do with inflation going up. The Inflation Reduction Act caused inflation. And of course, as all of this happened, we were told it was transitory. They had nothing to do with it. It's not their fault. As it started to come down, what did they say? Oh, everything we're doing is bringing inflation down. Look at us and all the... So they don't take responsibility for this, but they'll take responsibility for it going down. And now look, here's where Donald Trump topped out. Inflation is sticky. It's stuck up here north of 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Americans are burning to death from inflation still. The Fed should not have stopped raising interest rates. They needed another one or two more increases to get this thing. But ladies and gentlemen, down here at 2% is the Fed's target rate. So we were hovering right around the Fed's target rate the whole time under Trump, and then boom, spending like drunken sailors. So again, Bidenomics has failed, especially in the political circles. They're not using those words anymore. So what's the administration doing? Gaslighting. Oh, it's the evil companies that are price gouging, or you're just paying too much at the grocery store because these evil companies and their profits. It has nothing to do with their printing money out of thin air policies and spending money they don't have, funding wars overseas that have nothing to do with us. This inflation number today was bad. And it's higher. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is stacked with government employee Democrats. You don't believe me? They go look at the federal election records, folks. So you will see this the rest of this year. You will see nothing. If they're saying it's 3.2, I guarantee it's about 3.5, if not even higher. They're lying. I do not believe one piece of data that comes out of this administration. But guess what? Nobody gives a shit, Wiz. This is what I told everybody today in our live trade briefs. It doesn't matter. Get rid of your market vertigo. Believe what the instruments are telling you. Do not look at the left side of this chart and this rip your face off rally. Be here today and sitting in this market today, being gaslit. Inflation's not high. And if it is high, it's because of you and it's your fault and you're the only one. Folks, for the next, 8 months-ish, 7-8 months, you're going to be gaslit. The Federal Reserve ain't going to be hiking rates anytime soon. The jobs numbers last week, which were allegedly a blowout, if you dug into them, sucked. Holy shit. I thought this was a typo. Just last February, 1.2 million immigrants, legal and illegal, gained a job, while 500,000 native-born Americans lost their jobs. Since COVID, native-born Americans have lost 2 million jobs. All of the net job gains are immigrants. This isn't made up. This is a federally reported number. And I guarantee you, this is a lie, and it's even worse. Did you hear this at the State of the Union? Americans are losing their jobs and immigrants are taking them. No, of course you didn't. The economy is so great right now, ladies and gentlemen, that look at this. We have, CNBC, or NBC News, buy now, pay later. This headline, if it doesn't like my ad blocker, is saying that Gen X and millennials are putting basic essentials, contact lenses, garbage bags, food, they are putting on layaway. That's the sign of a strong economy. Everything's great. Unbelievable. The bleeding hasn't stopped for Boeing. A Boeing whistleblower, after giving a deposition yesterday, put a bullet in his head, allegedly, and committed suicide. An FAA audit finds dozens of MAX production issues. The Department of Justice has opened a criminal investigation. Boeing is in big trouble. And did you see, not only is Boeing in big trouble, did you see Southwest Airlines? When you put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to an airplane, folks, guess, because that's all they fly is a Boeing 737 product, down 15% today. Look at the Boeing, look at the volume. 36 million shares traded hands as Southwest is down 15%. Why am I ranting about Boeing? We put on a bearish double vertical today to pound this thing into the dirt, and it's already printing money. It is looking bad for Boeing, but we'll pound it into the dirt. Airlines are cutting flight schedules as Boeing delivers fewer jets. Oh boy. Southwest and Alaska Air say flying plans are at risk. United and Southwest will slow hiring of pilots. It's a bubble, folks. We hire pilots until we furlough them, and we furlough them until we have to hire them. So here we are with another airline bubble, pilots bubble bursting that I've seen about 4 times in my career. Folks, we're going to talk about this on Friday. Single dose of LSD provides immediate and lasting relief from anxiety. Generalized anxiety disorder, GAD. 40 million Americans afflicted by GAD. This little dose of LSD, look at this, folks. 65% of patients within 3 months clinically healed. 48% rate of remission at 12 weeks. Mind Med, MNMD. The psychedelic space, folks, is where it's at, period. I went out. They came out with a new option series. You can go all the way out to Jan of 2026 and get long-term bullish. I bought a ton of Jan 26, 22 calls. I would buy these with both hands. We're going to talk Friday in our live trade brief. Oppenheimer came out with a report. They say that this stock is a $25 stock in the next 12 to 18 months. I think that's on the low end of the range. I think it's a $50 stock. Listen to me. We'll talk about this on Friday again, but I absolutely believe that big pharma, if you're big pharma, if you're Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, you're reading these headlines going, wait a minute. They're going to ditch all of the shit that we made for a single dose of LSD. We're going to buy this company and take all of this over. Here's our big checkbook. That's going to happen. I'm going to hate that happening as a human. I'm going to love it happening as an investor. So I'm going to brief you on all this stuff Friday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you can't make it, you still have to register to get access to the replay. Go.topgunoptions.com/healing. I'm going to show you what I'm investing in the psychedelic space for max profit, folks. These names are exploding. Don't forget, August of this year, we actually have a date, August 11th. The FDA has given us a date and time. On or before August 11th, they are going to approve or disapprove MDMA for therapeutic use. When it gets approved for therapeutic use, these names are going to explode. It's going to be insane. Do not contact me at that point like, oh man, I should have listened to you. That's your fault. Get airborne today. Join me for the free brief Friday morning at 10 a.m. and we're going to have an absolute blast. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you're hedged. Fights on. Namaste and basi basi. Whiz out.